How well do you know USA? Before we start our presentation, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Putri Rizka Fonna.
I'm Rizki Arifani. Okay, now let's move on to the video.
The Great American Experience is about so many things: bluegrass and beaches, snow-covered peaks and redwood forests, famous cities and big open skies. A country of road trips and wildernesses, the rainforests of the Pacific Northwest and the deserts of Death Valley, the brimming metropolis of New York City and jazz-loving New Orleans. America is a country filled with an overwhelming range of cultures, cuisines, and entertainment.
Well, after taking a quick look at the following American countries, we will explain some of the cultures of that country. American culture includes the tradition and custom of the United States. Our culture includes religion, food, the clothes we wear, how to wear them, our language, weddings, music, or our belief on what is wrong and right, how we sit, how we greet guests, how we treat our loved one, and many other things, said Christina Dorothy, an anthropologist at Barnet and Southgate College in London. In addition to Native American, immigrants from several countries also contribute to the total population of this country. Despite recent measures to close U.S. borders to new immigrants and refugees, each new immigrant comes to America every 33 seconds, according to the Census Bureau. This makes the United States one of the most culturally diverse countries in the world. Most all religions of the world have influenced the formation of the culture in America, especially the British who colonized these countries in the early 1600s. In addition to the cultures of Native American, Latin American, Africans, and Asians, the United States is sometimes known as a missing place where cultural differences contribute to its flavor. The same is true of the cultures in various countries, where American culture influences the culture of these countries. The term Western culture often refers to the culture of the United States and Europe. So this is the culture of Americans. The first is United States Culture Crossing. Culture Crossing is an evolving database of cross-cultural information about every country in the world. The country guides to culture allow people from all walks of life to share essential tips with each other about how to navigate our increasingly borderless world with safety and sensitivity. Center for Intercultural Learning. The Center for Intercultural Learning offers resources related to developing and refining the intercultural skills vital to a successful international experience. Available resources include over 100 country insights, providing a local and Canadian perspective and culture for countries all over the world. The Center's Intercultures magazine and freely available research and discussion papers. And the third is business culture, kiss, bow, or shake hand. The site is authored by the author of Kiss, Bow, or Shake Hands, the best-selling guide to doing business in the more than 60 countries, and aims at helping people in international business, education, and travel. The blog section features the business culture in various countries and is updated on a monthly basis. The site also features seminars and quizzes of different cultures. And the next is Cultural Savvy. Cultural Savvy is tailored to the international business professional. This site provides advice, coaching, consulting, briefing, and workshops to users so that culture will no longer be a barrier in international business. The site also offers tips on business culture for a variety of countries as well as related articles to accompany the tips. Then the next is Latin America Cultural Interviews. Created by the University of Texas at Austin, cultural interviews provide a compilation of over 200 brief cultural interviews with Latin America and Spanish executives. The Spanish-speaking executive discuss cultural issues that are of interest for businessmen dealing with Spanish and Latin America entities. The interviews are divided into the following categories: negotiation, language, social situation, time and schedule, and Spain interviews.
Next, language. The US has no official language by virtue of its government. Nearly all the world's languages are spoken in the US, but most are languages other than English, such as Spanish, Chinese, French, and German. 90% of the US population speak and understand at least some English, and most official business use English. Some states have an official or preferred language. For example, English and Hawaiian are the official languages in Hawaii. Now we will talk about religion. Nearly all of the well-known religions are adhered to by residents of the US, which were founded on religious freedom. About 70% of Americans are Christian, according to information compiled by the Pew Research Center. The study also found that 23% of the population has no religion and 6% is non-Christian. And next, American style. Dress styles vary based on social status, region, occupation, and weather. Jeans, sneakers, baseball caps, cowboy hats, and boots are some of the types of clothing that Americans are closely associated with. Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, and Victoria's Secret are some of the famous American brands. Next, American cuisine. American cuisine was influenced by Europeans and Native Americans in its early history. Today, there are a number of foods that are known to have originated in America, such as chili peppers, burritos, and flavor depends on the cheese and grated nuts. Jerky, a dry meat served as a snack, is also a food made in the US. And the last one, art. The art culture of the United States extends beyond films and television shows. New York is home to Broadway, and Americans have a rich theater history. American folk art is an artistic style and is easily recognizable with quill and other handcraft items. American music is very diverse with many styles, including rhythm and blues, jazz, gospel, country and western, bluegrass, rock and roll, and hip hop. That's all from us.
Thank you and see ya!